Hello, YouTubers, stock Twitters, followers. How are you? This is Bagadon at StockMarketCaddy.com. Today is December 4th. December 4th at 11:02 in the morning. What in the world is this you're looking at? You say, Bagger, what is this? Now, we're forever showing you some of our more advanced charting techniques, things using Rinkos, classic Rinkos, mean Rinkos, custom Rinkos, point and figure, line break charts, case bars, range bars. Do you know I started trading with something called a line chart? That's what this is. It's a line chart. And it's a 3-minute chart. And yes, this is running live. It's running live on the chart, but it is not responsible for any of the orders that are up here. It's not responsible for that NQ. That NQ is running on another strategy. So we're actually using the continuous contract here. And let me show you some of the stuff that we like to do here. I'm going to try to do this in less than 10 minutes. So we come here to the Customize button. This goes back 2 months on a 3-minute chart. Now we're using the style of chart is a line on close. The results of this strategy that we're running would be the same if we used a candlestick or if we used a bar. But we're using a line, and I'm not trading this visually. So I'm not drawing any trend lines. I'm not doing anything. The machine is totally doing it. Well, what the hell is it doing, Bagger? What's it running on? Right? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Let me open up and edit the strategy. Now, a strategy, different than a study or an indicator to us is the same thing. That would be something that goes on the chart or in a subgraph that gives you a hint of what price is doing. Here, we're not going to even bother because I'm not going to trade a 3-minute chart visually. I'd be a blithering idiot if I did. And I mean that not in a condescending way to anybody by any means. I'm saying I would be an idiot if I was watching a 3-minute chart day in and day out. It would be pretty tedious. So let's go here, though, to a strategy that actually generates trades in and out, has an entry and has an exit. Sometimes it has multiple, well, it usually has one entry. It can scale in though, and sometimes they can have multiple, or many times they have multiple exits. So let's come here to Customize, and we come here to inner fairway, the inner fairway, and the outer fairway. This is a dual fairway. Have you ever played golf where they have a split fairway, a dual fairway? You can go left or you can go right. Which way do you want to go? And then, you take into the account where the green is, where the pin is, where the hazards are, and you make a decision on which way you want to play. Well, here, we're asking the machine to do that, and we did something that we called optimization. And we optimized the input for the inner fairway in conjunction with the outer fairway. We have built-in stop losses, not based just on money, but on true technical exits. And so we actually set it true. And then here, just in case these exits don't get hit, we have an outlier amount here of $750. Now, if you're trading a micro, it would be just $75. And that's with the machine. We optimize these values over the last 2 months. And the machine spit back those values to us and said, basically the way it works is it looks at the iterations over the last 2 months. The conditions in which the fairway may have been, the inner one was set at 10, and maybe this one was at 32. So it looks at the iterations and it tells you this is the best iteration. If you set this at 3, Bagadon, and you set this one at 41, and you set the stop amount at 750, and you keep these true, you're probably, the word being probably, going to get the best result. Probable, right? So let's close this. And what do we do with that? So then what we do is we come to the performance report. And we say, huh. So over the last 2 months, the machine says if you had run this particular strategy over the last 2 months, you would have had a profit factor of 1.3 overall, 1.44 on the long side, 1.17 on the short side. Meaning for every dollar you lose, we would make $1.44. And based on the number of trades, the net profit would have been almost $57,000. Now there's a lot of other information here. It tells us the total number of trades, 719. That's not that many trades for a 3-minute chart over 2 months, not at all. Now if you were trying, now can you imagine anybody sitting at their computer terminal trying to trade a 3-minute chart over, did I say 3 months, over 2 months, 700 times? Yeah, you'd be you'd be crazy. E-ticket to crazy town. You wouldn't feel too good after doing that. Trust me, and be very, very hard. And the thing of it is that the human condition is such that you wouldn't execute the way the machine would execute. You just wouldn't. You would develop all sorts of muscle memory and you get all confused, and the next thing you know, God knows what you'd be doing after just a couple of weeks. And that's why a lot of traders never really do get out of that cycle. So we come down, and I'm letting you see what else this shows you. But this is a back test. And you're saying, well, Bagger, let me show you the performance report. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? But Bagger, that's been optimized. And that's a back test. Well, that's true. And it may or may not happen in the future. And I just want something to run. I just need something to make me money. Okay, well, that's true too. I get that. But there is a process to doing this, right? You do need to learn how strategies are written. And you also need to learn how to run them. You just do. And you can't do it in a week or 10 days. It takes time. You can't even do it in a month. It takes time to understand. But let me show you. See this here? It says all data. Look at this. This is in sample, out of sample. This is a quick check. TradeStation is going to enable me to look at data that is out of sample, that is not been run by the computer. Watch this. And look at that. So we had a little dry down here. This means this data, only a portion of it, but I'm looking at the equity curve, wasn't in the optimization process. It was out, what they call out of sample. It's a way of randomizing the data. Now, we also, when we ran the iterations in the back test, and I'm running up to 10 minutes, we also created a file with thousands and thousands of these iteration tests. And we plugged them into, which I don't have time to show you, but TradeStation, and I think only TradeStation has this, they have something called a walk forward optimizer. It's really, really cool. And you take this file and we put it into the walk forward optimizer, and it slices and dices it, the data. It basically randomizes it. It creates what we call a Monte Carlo simulation. And from there, it'll spit out and tell us the likelihood of, is this program likely to make money? Is it likely to perform as well as the back test? And at what is the efficiency? At what level might it perform? What are the outliers? What are the best days to run it? What are the best hours to run it? Can you imagine? We can drill down into that kind of detail. Incredible, right? Really, really is very, very powerful stuff. But we're running out of time. We only got 10 minutes, and I know what you want to know. This has been running since midnight, and you want to know how much money would this have made me if I ran this last night. Now, this computer has not been off. There we have it. 11 trades. 54.55% of them have been profitable. It has made $640, and the profit factor is 1.76. Isn't that cool? Because the back test and the walk forward optimizer has told us that we're going to be about 56% profitable. And what did the back test tell us? That we're going to have a profit factor of about 1.5 to 1.7. There it is. Now, that's only one night, but I didn't have to do a darn thing. I didn't have to do a darn thing. And it's just running. Now, we're reporting on this to our members, and we show them how we construct the strategies. We show them how we do the back test. We show them how to do the walk forward optimizer. And as we're running them ourselves, we show them the results, and we show them the variables, and we show them a host of other characteristics of how they might come in and maybe improve upon something. That's where we spend our time. We're not drawing trend lines. We're not looking at stochastics and MACDs and a whole bunch of other crap. I'm Bagadon at Stock Market Caddy. My phone number is 813-758-8263. If you want to step up your game, we're ready.